G'day Spitbucketers, it's an exciting day for Mudgee. You join us at Balmoral Beach in Sydney where we're at the Mudgee Food and Wine Festival, which turns 21 today. Yes, 21 years of this festival, which has got to be some sort of fantastic record in Australia. But anyway, what are we doing here? That's the question. What do people do at these sorts of things? They have some wine, some great local food, and a really good time. So I'm hoping to have at least all three of those. So we're going to be talking to some winemakers, tasting some wine, tasting some great local food. I saw some amazing looking lamb over there, and getting the nitty gritty, the stories that the winemakers might not want to tell you at their cellar door. We're getting the lowdown today. It's going to be wild. Let's get in and get started. All right. We have made our way over to the corner of the Mudgee Food and Wine Festival, and we've managed to persuade Beck to fire up the barbecue and do a fantastic dish today of Wellington lamb. Now Beck works at a caterer called Olive.A.Twist and has brought together 3 or 4 fantastic suppliers from the Mudgee region today to create this one piece of art on a plate. How good is it?
Enough talking, Dan. I'll take over.
Really?
Yeah. The farmers have done all the work here. I've just pulled them together to put something together for the food festival. You've got Wellington lamb, a roast tomato relish by Angela Leonard. We've got hazelnut dukkha, also from Mudgee. We've got barbecued watershed halloumi.
Oh my God, it's good.
Yeah, yeah, keep going. And a verjuice vinaigrette by Robert Stein as well too. And this is something that we're very proud to come to Mudgee. It's not an easy, sorry. We're very proud to come to Balmoral.
No, Balmoral, which is, can you see the sea?
It's one of these things where it does take a fair bit of effort to get down here, but
sure.
This is all 100 miles within Mudgee, all local, fresh, regional produce that's been sourced.
And that's a regional initiative, isn't it? This 100-mile concept.
It is. It's not so novel now, but it's something that we're trying to keep money within communities, but at the same time it's about working seasonally and about working with fresh food as well too.
Okay.
But basically, the thing that stands out for me with this lamb, it's a saltbush lamb. So people, when they hear saltbush, they think that it might be a little bit saltier flavoured. But in actual fact, saltbush-fed sheep, they take up more water. And so you've got a product that's a little bit more, say, tenderised because of extra moisture as well too. But it's also a way of grazing. To
me, the lamb is fantastic. I have to say, it's got beautifully deep flavour. Hint of smokiness, which is probably from the barbecue. I'm dropping bits now, getting too excited. And the relish is just so fresh, cuts through the fattiness of the meat fantastically. Yeah. So double, triple thumbs up from the stomach himself for this particular dish. And I'll never be referring to myself as that again, by the way.
No.
But before we go, where's my wine? So we've got some Robert Stein Cabernet to go with the lamb today. And we've got, I think that's a classic combination, isn't it? You'd know, being a local.
Well, I don't need to cliche, but you are.
Wow. The walking cliche as well. That's me. Lamb, Cabernet, I don't mind a cliche if it's a great food and great wine going together. But the blackcurrant and minty edge of the Cabernet works perfectly with a lamb, in my cliched opinion.
Which is fine by me, Dan, that's fine, as long as you're enjoying it. But my, I guess, cliche that I've done today, I've actually bought the lamb producer, I bought the cheese maker, I bought the relish maker with me, and this is something that people are meeting the producers and absolutely going, oh my God, you actually did this yourself.
It's so important, yeah.
It's very raw, it's very regional, but that's Mudgee. We've got a humble brilliance where we're not a little bit, maybe slightly over the top, but we're not too in your face with arrogance. This is what we do, where we live, what we love, and it's our life, so why not?
Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you about the lamb, mainly eating it, matching it with some wine, and hearing the story behind it. Thank you very much for your time today, Beck. We'll let you get back to the barbecue. Cheers. And we shall carry on our food and wine journey around the show. Cheers. Welcome to date night down at the beach. My new friend David and I have gone for a little stroll after dinner, and we're now relaxing with some late-picked Riesling from Lowe Vineyards, and we're going to have a little chat. You join us, make it a threesome. Anyway, David, tell me, what do you do? What are we doing here, and what do you do, and why are you here?
Well, I do a number of things. I have a number of hats. I'm president of the New South Wales Wine Industry Association.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm the proprietor of Lowe Wines in Mudgee. I have one other job, which is the vice president of the national body, the Winemakers Federation of Australia.
Okay, fantastic. So you're a busy man, I'd say.
Yeah, I'm stupid.
But you can still take time to relax with me on the beach.
This is the best part of it. I mean, we're going all day talking to people, and I'm getting to have a first glass of wine for the day.
This is your
Who'd
first
have thought
glass?
At 3 o'clock in the afternoon it's my first glass. Don't tell anybody.
And looking at your wider role in New South Wales, what's exciting you at the moment? What's getting you up in the morning about New South Wales wine?
Oh, I guess the change that's occurring, it's coming from consumer driven. For a long time, the wine industry has attempted to be innovative, and we've seen this sea of mediocrity where wine's getting cheaper and blander and trying to all taste the same. The wine's been made by brewers, so everything has to taste the same. For goodness sake, every year is different. Every time we do something in the vineyard, every time we do something in the winery, it leads to a change. So what I love about it, I guess, is for the first time the market is saying, show us something different. And the regions of New South Wales, I reckon, are diverse enough to give us, I mean, the plethora of things, the whole of Europe in one state, basically, in terms of style.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's getting there.
But what's not there yet? What do we still need to work on in New South Wales?
I think we've got to get our stories right. We've got to finish the polish. The people have got to have the guts to actually go out and be proud of it. You know, we tend to be a little bit insular. We keep saying we're waiting to be discovered. We keep saying, oh well, maybe they'll come up and visit us and they'll see how good our wine is. But you know, imported wine's getting cheaper and cheaper. Yeah. People are going to go look for the squeaky wheel argument. We need to be out there more and more and say, hey, look at our wines. We're not saying it better than anybody else's. It's just different. Just
like this, 21 years of coming down to Sydney and showing off your wares to a full park of people.
Yeah, and every year they're pretty much a different crowd, which I'm more and different crowd.
Is that because the guys last year didn't have a good time?
No, my eyes are fading as I'm getting older.
And looking at your own property, what's the biggest disaster that's ever happened in your winery? What's the worst wine you've ever made?
I made one year I had a really good white wine and I had a really good red wine and I had a fantastically poor rosé. I put the damn tanks together, you know? Big year for rosé that year, and you know what? The best white and the best red didn't make the best rosé. I can prove it. I've still got about 50 cases of it. Hey, do you guys want to buy a box of rosé?
That could be an exclusive for everyone out there. Some of the worst rosé ever made. You heard it here first. Special offer?
I've been outed.
$10 a bottle, $15 a bottle for a case.
That much?
Yeah. I think our guys can do that. Yeah. Anyway, what have we got in our glasses now?
This is the other wine I'm really delighted with. It's our other white icon, if you like. It's a Riesling. It's a vineyard of ours that's 1,180 metres. So climatically, you're talking Bad Dürkheim, the Pfalz in Germany, which means it's cold climate. It has really high natural acidity, but the smell of limes and lemons, and I reckon it smelled like quinces, which is the dish that we've actually got. Now, you in Viewerland, this thing smells like this thing. It's incredible. Who'd have thought that? And
it's so true. This has got quince coming out of the glass.
So, as well as that aroma of limes and lemons and quinces, it's got this acidity which really holds it together. So much of the sweet wine we make these days finishes sugary and heavy. It's sort of a flat taste. This has got brightness. The acidity gives it an edge, cuts through the sugar, and you feel like having a second glass. That's your second glass, isn't it? Yeah. You feel like having multiple glasses of it.
And it does go together. It's like a quince catastrophe in my mouth.
The brightness of that fresh poached quince and the liveness of the citrus of this Riesling makes the senses really heightened. You really feel like eating and drinking more.
Anyway, this is a beautiful glass of wine. The acid, like you said, it's just fantastic. Keeps it so tight, and almost like it's not very sweet on the finish.
It's incredibly sweet. It's just masked by acidity.
Yeah.
Right? This is the alchemy side of really good wine. But there's nothing clever about this wine. It's grown at the elevation that's necessary to make this wine good. The fermentation stops, so it's got the right amount of sugar, but the acidity's become the thing that holds it together. It's the blotting paper that holds it all together.
All right, and perhaps just to finish on, what's the What's the one thing people should take away from today's event, in your view? If they can remember one thing.
They should use their taste buds and exercise the tastes that are on offer here. Learn to taste wine. It's really simple. Learn to smell. You smell, this is your early warning system. So it tells you when a wine is bad, but it also tells you when it tastes good. And use your smell, your sense of smell, with everything.
It's at least half the fun. It's the smell.
And you can go on all day. And take this away and look and taste stuff around you. Be adventurous, open, look at diversity.
Fantastic. That's a great message to finish on. Spit Bucketeers, I wish you were here with me. This is really, really good fun, and we've had a great pairing of food and wine to finish on with David here. And I'm going to get back to the tasting now and try a few more wines. Got to try that Zinfandel. But let us know how you approach tasting wine. We just talked quickly there about the sense of smell and how important that is. Tell us how you taste wine. Leave a message, leave a comment under the video, and ask us some questions, and maybe we'll get David to come back and talk about that again in the future. But in the meantime, it's been an absolute pleasure. Cheers. Let's get back to the tasting.
Can I have some quince now?
Yes, you can have some quince now. We'll leave the quince with David.
Thank you very much.